Okay, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for the times. I think today I will present our research paper actually with the title Analysis of Factors Influencing the Use of Social Media Chat Application for Learning During COVID Pandemics based on Stressor-Strain-Outcome frameworks. This is I did the research with my student Angelia Hartanto Teng. We are from Bina Nusantara University in Indonesia, and also with Chutiporn Anutariya. Okay. Okay, this is the research background actually. This is not my first time research. This is continued by from the first my research actually. Yeah. The COVID pandemic, the first research I did before COVID pandemic. Yeah. And this is during the COVID pandemics. As we know, during the COVID pandemics, face-to-face is not possible, including in Indonesia. Okay. And it's confirmed that students use social media, not only chat, but also the YouTube, Facebook, and so on for learning, yeah, for support their learnings. This time, I focus only for chat. 3 application chats, Line, WhatsApp, and Telegrams. So we focus on these 3. Yeah. There is positive and negative impact using the social media by students. Yeah. So we because of this one, that's why I raised this research. Okay, next. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the previous research. It's confirmed that students use the social media to help their learning during COVID. Yeah. Social media used by local and foreign student learnings. Social media used for information verification news, yeah, by students, and also social media chat application for learning and socializing social activities, so including the chat. Okay. Okay, this is the gap actually. So from the previous research and my research, no one has used the Stressor-Strain-Outcome frameworks, yeah, because as long as we know, SSO frameworks concern about the stress. Yeah, yes, during the COVID, there is a lot of stress condition for the student. This is the focus for the research, and then we want to know what is the impacts after the stress, and then how is the outcome after they using the social media for learning. Yeah. The factor that can cause stress such as connectivity issues, real-time support, and visibility issues. Okay, I think this is the situation for Indonesian country because we have quote-unquote connectivity issues because we are not ready for the COVID-19 actually. So when the first time, and then a lot of trouble with the connectivity. Yeah, that's the issues. Yeah, yeah. After 1 or 2 years the COVID, and then the connectivity getting better, but still, yeah. Okay, that's the research gap, and this is the research methodology. We are using the qualitative methods, yeah, same PRS techniques. So, and then we try to use the snowball sampling, yeah, because it's not possible with face-to-face to do the something like FGD or to get the response is not possible. So we use the snowball sampling. We just use the Google form, mention the students, and then the student from the student's friend, and so on. That's the snowball samplings. Okay, and the questionnaires we use the 6 Likert scales. Okay, from 1 to 6. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is the research model actually. The model actually is the factors of the variable from this model actually is based on previous research. Yeah, and that's I try to combine and build to make something this model. So connectivity, feasibility, support. Yeah, there is another research already stated about these factors. Yeah, for the learnings and also the motivation and effectiveness, and the use is actual use. So this is actual student that use the chat for the learning. Yeah, this is the respondent is actual use chat for learning. Okay, so this is the SSO. We use the SSO framework, yeah, to make the model. Okay. There is 11 hypotheses, yeah, based on the research model. The first is connectedness or effectiveness, and then connectedness affect the motivation, connectedness affect the actual use, yeah. And then the effectiveness affect the actual use, feasibility affect the effectiveness, and feasibility affect the motivation, feasibility affect the actual use, motivation affect actual use, and then support affect the effectiveness, motivation, and actual use. Yeah, this is the hypothesis. Okay, this is the respondent. Actually, there is 202 respondents, 90 female or 45%, and 112 females, 55%. The respondent come from many area actually, yeah. Bali, West Java, Jakarta, Central Java, East Java, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Sumatra. So there is several cities from Indonesia. Okay, and we have outlier. So before we proceed the data using Smart PLS, we take out 18 respondent, which is outlier. So we cannot use it the data. So we take out, and then this is the description. So WhatsApp is the first one. Use the that's a lot of people use, yeah. Almost 200 respondents using WhatsApp. Telegram is 142 respondents. It's about 70.3%. Yeah, they use the Telegrams. And Line is the last one, 117 respondents or 57.9%. So from this one we can see from my previous research, actually the first one is Line. Yeah, from before COVID, and the first one is Line, and now there is shifting. So we find some things. WhatsApp is the first one used by the student for learning, yeah, to support their learning. Okay, and then the second one is Telegrams. This is quite unique, but however, I also don't know why they use WhatsApp recently. I don't know, because I need to elaborate more. Why they shift from Line to WhatsApp, and also they support the Telegram as well. Telegram, this is the first time I got the information that students using Telegram for learnings. Yeah, the first one I only do the research WhatsApp and Line. Okay, this is quite interesting for me actually. Okay, as we know, after we take out the outlier data, and then we do the validity. This is the validity of the indicators we use. Yeah, there is 4, 10, 12, 18. Yeah, 18 indicator actually used, and we can see all the value of all indicators is about 0.6. Yeah, only one 0.6 I think. Yeah, this one only the lowest one, 0.664. The rest is above 0.7. Yeah. Okay. It means all the indicators that I use is valid. Okay. And then this one is we see the variables. Yeah. This one the variables, and all the variables is valid because above 0.5. Okay, so all the variables valid, and for the Cronbach is for the reliability, I I think this is also reliable. Yeah. It means all indicators valid and then all the variables valid. We can proceed for the data. Okay, this is the result. Yeah, result of the research. Yeah, I only found one. The connectiveness is not it doesn't have the effect to actual use. Yeah, I think this is because the situation COVID, as I told, we are not ready. The infrastructure is not ready yet for the COVID. That's why this is the they show this one. This is the result. The other ones, all the impact is all have the impact. Yeah. The connectiveness have the impact to the effectiveness, including the motivation. So if the actually once we can connect, they will motivate the student to learn. Yeah. Effectiveness also impact to the actual use. Yeah. Visibility also impact to the effectiveness and motivations and actual use. The motivation impact to the actual use, and then the last is support impact to the effective motivation and actual use. The highest one, I think, is this one. The support impact to the effectiveness is 41.2%. It's quite big. Yeah. So during the COVID, they need the support actually for learning. If the support is good, yeah, I think this is the situation is because even though the connection is not good, but the support is good. That's why the impact is very good. Yeah, 41.2%. This is the highest. And then the second one is connectiveness. Yeah, because we can connect and then they motivate to learn. Yeah, this is 37.4%. This means the second largest impact. Okay. Okay. This is the result actually. As I mentioned already. Okay. The discussions. This slide. I think the difference was discovered using the chat application. As I told, WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp widely used by students now. Compared than before, they use the line. This is my first research actually. I have no research regarding the Telegram. At that time, we have no Telegram yet. Yeah, only Line and WhatsApp. Now, students switching from Line to WhatsApp for learning. Yeah, and then this one, I think the connectiveness has no effect to actual use. Yeah, because I thought really because the situation or the infrastructure in Indonesia actually still have problem or not ready yet for the COVID pandemic. That's why connectiveness they said, yeah, okay lah, this should be up down. Yeah, they know. Okay. Okay. We can state that chat until now we can use it to support student learnings. That's the conclusion actually. Okay. I think that's all my presentations. Thank you very much. If there is any questions, welcome. Thank you.
So, anyone have any questions for Surjandy on this? So, may I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would ask you if you see some of the connection between the technological literacy of the students in terms of using the social media in Indonesia.
Oh, okay. It's meant for the.
Again? Okay. Sorry. I would like to ask you that in terms of the technological literacies of the students and also the teachers that attend into your survey, do you find some of the relations between that with your results about using the social media?
Okay. Thank you for the questions. Yes, actually, the respondents for this research actually they have good skill, or they literate with the social media actually. Yeah. One of the outliers, the student who never use the chat for the learning, that's become one of our outlier data. That's how we not take it that one data. But if we see from 202, only 18 people or students. Yeah. So it means if we can say mostly the student literate with the chat for their learning, I think. Yeah. So they know well or they have good skill for that.
Have good skill.
Yes.
And the level of the literacy is
yes.
good enough. And do you see some change during the pandemic of using the social media in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Besides the reason, the results from the research.
Yeah, actually I have several research regarding the using the social media for learnings. Yeah. Yes, they before maybe they use social media for the daily activity, but quote unquote, yeah, not all students using social media. I mean, intense, but during COVID they intense use.
They're forced to be.
Yes, yes, yes. So the increase the using social media in Indonesia is about 75% increase, and mostly students or university students. That's the result. That's
I
quite
think
good.
that's happened to every country. So
Yes.
around, it's kind of like, I would say it's a jumping,
Yes.
paradigm jumping,
Yes.
that force us to change. Even now we have like a hybrid.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Any other question? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
PhD student from Asian Institute of Technology. So my research is like quite similar to your research, and I also use motivation and test does motivation affect intention to collaborate in group work. I would like to know like what theory of the motivation do you use?
Oh,
Like
okay.
Mindfulness or like determination theories?
Okay. Maybe I can show you the paper, yeah, because this is quite long, so I forget the theory that I use. Yeah. Yes, yes. The grand theory. I will share to you. Okay, the paper. If I'm not wrong, it's about the motivation is. I don't need. No, I don't think so. I forget it. Yeah. I give it to you the paper.
Probably you
Yeah.
can be your co-advisor.
Sure, it's okay. Because
Yeah.
recently I'm also as a co-promoter for the PhD student. However, they use the metaverse for learning.
Oh, I'm meaning to ask one more thing. What kind of activity that you use, that like students use for using the social media in terms of learning? What kind of activity that they?
Sorry, I don't get you.
Send me the assignment or talking to the teacher or work group collaboration or what kind of activity that they that you ask them when you're doing the research.
For the social media,
Yeah.
I use the social media for support the
Yeah.
we can do something like discussion for support their PhD. Okay, if there is anything.
Advice.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because sometimes it's not possible directly physically face to face with me, and then they can use the chat.
Yeah, but not like 11 at night.
Yeah.
Because in Thailand we also find that kind of situation and I'm a student and do you have a clock at home? And you look at it, what time is it already? Thank you so much.
Okay,
Give you applause again. Thank you. That is our first presenter. The next one is going to be online. Right? How can I participate with them? It's going to be up on screen or something. It's exciting for me as well as a chair. The next one is Fatma, Alkan. The paper called The Practical Lessons in COVID-19 Pandemic. The example of analytical chemistry laboratories. He's gonna appear there, right? Fatma, I think I can see your account over there. Yeah. Hello, hi. How can I say hi to you? I should go up here, right? Okay. Where are you right now?
I'm in Turkey.
In Turkey. Hi. From Bangkok. And we are happy to see your face. Thank you for participating online. Hi. Are you ready to present the paper now?
I'm so excited.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Yeah, we all excited here. Okay, let's go.
I'm Fatma Alkan. I'm attending this conference from Turkey. I'm working on Chutiporn University in Faculty of Education, Chemistry Education Department. I'm so sorry, my primary foreign language is German. So I have a little program with English. If it's suitable for you, I would like to share my video of my presentation.
Practical lessons in the COVID-19 pandemic, the example of analytical chemistry laboratory. Young people define chemistry as a science that is difficult to understand and make a career one. For example, chemistry is sometimes described as boring and even challenging because it is difficult to visualize topics such as the structure of the atom too. Young people define chemistry as a science that is difficult to understand and make a career one. For example, chemistry is sometimes described as boring and even challenging because it is difficult to visualize topics such as the structure of the atom too. Undergraduate chemistry programs are expected to make the concepts in chemistry understandable and to provide the ability to combine these concepts with laboratory practices. For this reason, chemistry programs should be arranged to include experimental design. If necessary, changes should be made in chemistry programs. From time to time, the extent to which students understand the relationship between theory and practice should be evaluated, and the results should be taken into account when arranging the curriculum. 3. There is no one who is familiar with the traditional laboratory understanding, in which a detailed procedure for the experiment is given. In this laboratory understanding, experiments usually aim to demonstrate concepts learned in lectures and provide training in practical techniques. However, students cannot have an idea about the actual design of the experiment. Unless laboratory applications are made as an important component of course evaluation, all efforts to emphasize the experimental nature of chemistry unfortunately cannot see the success they deserve for. Analytical chemistry is perhaps the most common field of laboratory applications in chemistry. Analytical chemistry is a science that is used in all fields of science and medicine and is based on measurement. Analytical chemistry involves identifying, separating, and quantifying the components that make up an example we encounter in our daily lives. 5. While performing qualitative analysis experiments, color change, and precipitation reactions are widely used in the identification of substances. 6. The student who will perform an analysis must have a basic knowledge of the traditional quantitative analysis laboratory chemical analysis. 7. During the COVID-19 pandemic process, laboratory courses in which practical applications are carried out appear as courses that cannot be decided on how to conduct. Simulations have come to the rescue in order to overcome the difficulty of this process. Simulation is a simulation used to model the theoretical or physical real model in a computer environment, to reflect the real model in a virtual environment, to create models by simulating known events in a virtual environment, to see the behaviors occurring in the system according to this model, and to predict the results of the strategies to be followed. 9. Simulations. It is a system of multiple, complex, and advanced non-stationary models. With the virtual reality created by simulations, it helps to better understand many situations that may pose a danger. In the educational environment, teachers provide students with the opportunity to create experiments without a risk environment and to observe the result. 10. It can be said that simulations used in education are beneficial for students and teachers. Science education is a course in which students should experience the situation in an experimental environment. It can be difficult for each student to experience in an experimental environment. At the same time, obstacles such as the use of risky materials, the duration of the experiment, and the experiments that need to be repeated may be encountered. Creating a virtual experiment environment in a simulation environment can perform safe experiments without the risk of experimentation, to collect data again. During the COVID-19 pandemic process, simulations, which have many examples in the world and in our country and are frequently used especially in science education, have been used as aids in laboratory courses. This research was carried out in order to determine the competencies of pre-service teachers for laboratory skills in the application of analytical chemistry laboratory carried out with distance education. The research was designed in mixed method. Qualitative and quantitative research techniques were used together. Mixed method is defined as the combination of qualitative and quantitative research methods, techniques, and approaches. 11. Collecting qualitative and quantitative data together is very important to obtain more accurate research results and to reduce the margin of error. 12. In the quantitative dimension of the study, a single group pre-test post-test design was used. In this design, the researcher measures a group's related characteristics such as attitude and achievement. Qualitative data of the research were collected by semi-structured interview. The data obtained from the interviews were analyzed by content analysis. Content analysis allows individuals to create indicators of worldviews, values, attitudes, prejudices and views and compare them among communities. 14. Themes were created based on qualitative data. The themes were presented with sample expressions directly quoted from the pre-service chemistry teacher's sentences, e.g. PCT 7. (2020 to 2021). Demographic details and characteristics of sampling. Data were collected through laboratory skills scale and semi-structured interviews. Laboratory skills scale, laboratory skills scale. The scale was developed by 16. It has a 4-factor structure consisting of 25 items. Cronbach alpha internal consistency coefficient for the whole scale was found to be 0.910. For recognizing the materials and chemicals subdimension was found to be 0.916. For considering feedback subdimension was found to be 0.774. For the communication in the laboratory subdimension was found to be 0.809 and for the feeling ready her/his self subdimension was found to be 0.643. These findings show that the scale is valid and sufficiently reliable. Semi-structured interview form. A form was prepared to examine his thoughts in detail in the analytical chemistry laboratory conducted by distance education. In this form, what are your thoughts on the analytical chemistry laboratory conducted by distance education? How effective are experiment simulations and home experiment applications when you enter the laboratory at the university and conduct an experiment? What competencies did this process add to you? 2 experts were consulted for the form, one from the chemistry department and the other from the chemistry education department. Interviews lasting approximately 30 minutes were conducted with each pre-service teacher and recorded. Application process of the research in analytical chemistry laboratory. Fig 1. Simulation steps. Fig 2. Simulation steps, theoretical knowledge. Fig 3. Simulation steps, tools and equipment knowledge. Fig 4. Simulation steps, virtually experiment. Fig 5. Simulation steps, calculation. Analysis of quantitative data. SPSS23 was used in the analysis of the quantitative data obtained from the study. After the distance education and analytical chemistry laboratory applications, the difference between the pre-test and post-test scores was examined with the Wilcoxon-signed rank test. Analysis of qualitative data. Qualitative data of the research were collected through semi-structured interviews. Interviews were transcribed. The obtained data were analyzed by content analysis. Quantitative findings. Descriptive statistics related to pre-test post-test scores of laboratory skills was summarized in Table 1. When the table is examined, it is seen that there is a statistically significant difference between the pre-test scores and post-test scores of the recognizing the materials and chemicals and considering feedback subdimensions of the laboratory skills scale. Z equals 3.802 minus 3.034, P 0.05. It is noteworthy that the pre-application average of the candidates, X, 3.54, in the dimension of recognizing the materials and chemicals was, X, 4.47, after the application. It is seen that while it is average, X 4.42, in considering feedback size, it is, X 4.72, after application. There is no significant difference in other dimensions. Based on these results, it can be concluded that distance education, experiment simulations practices in the analytical chemistry laboratory have a significant impact on the development of pre-service teachers' laboratory skills. Content analysis started with the transcription of interviews.
I'm sorry everyone, we are waiting for Fatma to come back. Okay. Now you came back, so could you continue for another 7 minutes? Because it's almost time's up, right? Yeah, we have the time committees here say that. Okay, just go on, but please make it wrapping within 7 minutes. Thank you, Fatma.
Oxygen, but I cannot say the compounds by heart. PCT11. I know the formulas of the compounds, but I do not know how to pronounce them. PCT3. The second theme from the interview analysis is feeling ready her/his self. Pre-service teachers stated that they were worried about not being able to do the experiment in the laboratory, and they were afraid because they did not know what to do when something went wrong in the laboratory. The expressions for this theme are as follows. I am afraid of doing something wrong because of my excitement PCT7. I wonder if I will be able to do the steps I followed in the simulation in the laboratory PCT13. The statements in the awareness code are as follows. I know that I will remember everything well when I enter the laboratory PCT21. I am aware of what to do when something goes wrong PCT9. This research was carried out to determine the effect of distance education supported by simulation in the analytical chemistry laboratory and experimentation at home on the laboratory skills of pre-service chemistry teachers. As a result of the research, it was determined that distance education and home experiments had a significant effect on improving the laboratory skills of pre-service chemistry teachers. The effect of distance education on laboratory skills is also supported by other research results. When the subdimensions of the laboratory skills scale were examined in the study, it was determined that there was a difference between the pre-test/post-test scores in the dimensions of recognizing materials and chemicals and feeling ready. The success of the simulation applications obtained as a result of the research is supported by the literature. The use of educational technologies, virtual applications, and mobile technologies in the classroom and access to these technologies outside the classroom have the potential to enrich the teaching and learning experience in different subject areas 18, 19, 20, 21. It is reported that the technology-supported learning system increases the learning satisfaction and motivation of the students 22. Technology-assisted instruction shows that it is effective in facilitating behavioral, cognitive, and emotional participation of students according to the results of classroom interaction, unit tests and learning satisfaction analysis 23. There is a lot of evidence proving that there are interactive, social, affective, and cognitive benefits obtained from the use of technology-supported learning applications such as augmented reality 25, 26, 27. As a result of the research, the students feeling ready this self-finding is supported by the positive effect of technology-supported applications on motivation and attitude. In this study, the effects of simulation and home experiment applications on the laboratory skills of pre-service teachers were examined. Simulation applications provided pre-service teachers with the opportunity to check whether they have theoretical knowledge about the experiment, to know the chemical materials and tools required for the experiment, and to use the data obtained from the experiment to calculate the experiment result. Simulations give you the chance to try all these requirements multiple times and test them until you find the truth. Simulations also allow each individual to progress at their own learning pace. Virtual applications cannot provide the competencies that real experience will gain. For this reason, simulations should be used to prepare students for the experiment in the post-pandemic period or should be presented as helpers to remember things they forgot after the experiment.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Fatma. It's a very exciting research, I guess. Anyone here have a question for her? Okay, so may I ask one question? It's a very easy one. Can you tell me the positive effect from your research by the student using the simulation in your chemistry laboratory?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
The simulation prepares the students for the chemistry laboratory. They afraid of laboratory with working with chemicals. This simulation is preparing material for before the laboratory item.
So they can learn it by themselves at home. And how well they experience, because I saw some reports say that they're afraid to testing with the real chemical things. So how is that after the simulation? I mean, what that the student feel when they testing with the simulation with that you showed it on the slide, and when they get to do it with the real chemical, what is their reaction? So what the outcome from that? Can you hear me? Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
I think they work in laboratory after the simulations very easy.
So it's familiar, kind of they know the process of what you put it first and second, something like that.
Via simulations, they learn first of all the process and the calculations of the experimental results.
All right. So the correct measurement would be the best interest in that, so they remember it better. Thank you very much. So we are saying hi from Bangkok. I hope you stay with us for the next presentation as well. Have a best from Bangkok. ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ Alright, thank you, Kara. Yes, and the next presenters would be Pricilla from AT. Yes, please. Her paper is about boosting digital transformations, exploring the post-pandemic challenge of the academic credential distribution system in Philippines, HEI.
So good afternoon everyone, I'm Faye from the Philippines, and I will be discussing about my research, exploring the boosting digital transformation, exploring the post-pandemic challenges of academic credential distribution systems in a Philippine HEI or higher educational institution by me and Dr. Chutiporn Anutariya. We are from Asian Institute of Technology. So let's go back in time during the COVID pandemic. So during the COVID pandemic, because of the pandemic, there was a rise in unemployment rate in the Philippines from 5.1% to 10.3%. However, during the 2021, wherein we had COVID vaccines and then everything was opening up, the unemployment rate went down by 8.8%, and the trend kept going down by 5.4%, and as early as 4.8%, as early as January 2023, we had 4.8% unemployment. Now, this presented a problem in terms of employment, or the way our students employ themselves in companies. So before in the Philippines, we go to companies face to face, but because of the pandemic, we are not anymore allowed to go and apply face to face to these companies. So we have adopted new technologies like applying online or sending our resumes through Google Forms. Now the dilemma with this is job applications is done mainly through online platforms like JobStreet, Seek, and Indeed. And then students need to physically request their transcript of records. Now my school, or the school that was shown a while ago, is 8 hours away from the center of Manila. It's just like Bangkok to Chiang Mai. So if you need to request your transcript of record, you need to fly or travel by bus just to get your physical record of your transcript, just so that you can apply a job. And the most important dilemma is what we call the recto university. It is a colloquial term for fake diplomas. Actually, just recently they arrested multiple fake diploma makers in the area that we call recto. And then actually you can even have Latin honors if you make your diploma in that area. Now, having fake diplomas has a big effect on us, especially us educators. It affects us in a way that students won't go through education anymore. The quality of workforce that we will have will decline because they will just, after graduating in high school, they'll just go to Recto University and request a fake diploma, and just one day they will graduate with Latin honors. So the delay also in diploma distribution creates a domino effect in the employment process. In the Philippines, the employment process is when a student graduates, he applies online or in person to a job application, an interview, and hiring and integration to the workforce. Now, if the university or the student will not be able to go to the university physically, he or she might not receive the diploma or the transcript. Now that will create a delay, and therefore it will delay the application, delay the interview, and then delay the integration to the workforce. Also, that will have a profound impact in our economy. We need, let's say, engineers, we need doctors, but then the mere fact that they cannot have their diploma will delay let's say, the construction or how we treat people. That's why this case study was undertaken to evaluate the technological capabilities, personal proficiency, and administrative processes of Mariano Marcos State University in managing and distributing academic credentials in light of the challenges posed by the shift to online recruitment processes during the COVID pandemic. So who is MMSU? MMSU is from the city of Batak, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. It is a medium-sized university, one of the government-funded 114 state university and colleges in the Philippines, and it has right now 11 colleges. So before we dive into the study, I would just like to do a refresher on the history of technology in terms of academic credentials. In the year 1800s and 1900s, we used the paper system, wherein we distribute physical papers. Throughout the late 1900s to 2000s and 2010, we transitioned to digital system, wherein we now accepted slowly to integrate digital systems in record keeping of our grades. And then also, we now started giving out digital transcripts. Just like a while ago, they discussed about digital badges, micro-credentials. And now we are transitioning from 2014 onward. We are now starting to explore the use of blockchain as a way to prevent fraud and make our transcript of record the ability for our students to transfer from one university to another easier by having their grades in the blockchain. So the methodology of this research was document analysis and descriptive survey. The components of this is the survey was done to Group A and Group B. The Group A were the personnel and from the registrar's office, and then ITC personnel, which is amounting to 12 respondents. And then for Group B is a total of 267 students and 81 alumni across the different colleges. Furthermore, we use a proposed technology maturity model to analyze where is the university now in terms of the maturity of their academic credential system. Level 1 is the initial, wherein they're still using paper-based. Level 2 is emerging, still using paper-based but integrating digital tools. Level 3 is defined, wherein they are mainly using digital tools and has online verification of online credentials. Level 4 is managed, wherein they're now integrating comprehensive system, data analytics. Level 5 is leading, wherein they are innovative in their technology. So the key findings of this study is still the university is still using manual manual requesting, so a student still needs to go to the university to request for a transcript. The university has essential equipments to support the electronic record management system like physical servers, desktop computers. The IT team perceives that the current software infrastructure, including the operating system database, are capable of supporting the system, and both the technical team and the clerical team possess the necessary skill to perform their duties. However, there are still challenges. The mode of requesting is done in person, so a student needs to go to the school to request this during the time of the survey, which was April-May this year. And it becomes a hassle for applicants who do not live in the university. So 90% of the respondents still had to request their TORs or transcript of records and diplomas in person. Furthermore, processing times, mostly 36.21% and 37.01% waited for 4 to 5 days or 1 to 3 days. And then afterwards, some waited more than 4 weeks. However, there were some lucky who received their diplomas on the same day. The main factors that affected this was because of the time of the year when they requested. During the graduation period, if they requested their diploma that period, it usually takes them 4 to 5 days to even 4 weeks because of the bulk. Usually we have 2,000, 3,000 graduates per year. That's why they need to create or manufacture 3,000 diplomas, print 3,000 diplomas. And then furthermore, the lack of manpower during this season. But if they request other than that time, the graduation season, it usually takes same day or 1 to 3 days. Despite the general contentment with the service, long wait times for in-person requests were identified as a significant challenge, potentially impacting the students' employability and leading to missed job opportunities and financial difficulties. Thirdly is the transcript and diplomas are still distributed as paper copies. Now, requesting of digital copy is given, but it is as an unsecured PDF file. So like, for example, JobStreet or Indeed, they request a digital copy of your transcript or diploma, and they don't usually do the verification. They let the company who's gonna hire you do the verification. So usually anyone can just edit it. The problem with unsecured PDF, it can be easily tampered with. Furthermore, with the technology maturity model, the process is still manual document requests, and then the credentials are saved in both digital and paper databases. The distribution is still in person or a sealed envelope, and then the validation is checking of security feature of the transcript. The paper has security features itself, but there's no direct way of the employer verifying the paper. The employer usually asks for a certified through copy that is signed or notarized by a lawyer so that the paper or the transcript will be validated. So with that assessment, the school is still at the level 2 or emerging technology. So the recommendations, to address these challenges, the university should prioritize faster processing and the issuance of authenticated digital copies of academic credentials. This will enable students to more effectively apply to e-recruitment portals and support their transition to their desired careers. Conclusion, the university hardware and software capabilities are sufficient, and personnel in both the ITC department and registrar's office have the required skills. Students and alumni express their satisfaction with the current service, and the main challenges was issuing paper transcripts and handling on-site requests due to data privacy and security concerns. Students face issues with long waiting times, technical difficulties, and confusion regarding processing instructions, and upgrading of system to cater distribution of digital transcript. Recently this month, I had the information that the university has already upgraded their requesting technology. Only the requesting part is online, but still the receiving of the diplomas and everything is done face-to-face because they are afraid that someone else might do it for you. So they are secure. They are worried about data concerns, data privacy concerns. Thank you so much for listening.
It's very clear. I just would like to share, not the question or anything. In Thailand as well, we are very concerned about the. Sorry, thank you. I would like to share that in Thailand, like in my university, Chutiporn University, we are so afraid that the student gonna be like, if you're doing the PDF file, it would easy for them to adjust, the gradings and all the important, information. So in Thailand as well, we don't deliver the digital file. They need to come and get it themselves. Yeah, so I think it's the same thing, but we go in that direction. We try to find a way to make it secure more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So the next person.
There's a question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's a bit late. My name is Michael. I'm from University of Wijayaratne in Indonesia, Malang. So for the transcript record, academic record, we usually use from it's called SIAM, information system for academic purposes. So anything for the scholarship and then registration, so tuition pay and something like that. And you can get your transcript record in one of the menu. Let's say the menu is just the menu, because I can't really describe it with words. Have the university tried that kind of thing? Because when I tried to do it, we can get our academic records, so we download the file PDF. After that, yeah, for the legalization, we still need to go to the faculty. That's my question.
Thank you for that question. The university plans to upgrade. I can actually speak for the university because I also work for the university. The university have plans to upgrade the system. The main concern actually is budgeting, because we are a state university, so however much the government will give us will limit us to how much we can also upgrade. But for now, actually, most of our systems are still done manually. Even our clearance system is manually. So we're now transitioning to fully digital, and hopefully in the future using advanced technologies with security features. But it's also one of my motivations to study this field, so that I can bring back home whatever knowledge I learned from secure transfers of transcript of records.
Maybe that's all. Thank you for that.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you very much. The next person will be online.
Online.
Fernando, I guess. Yeah, the next person is Fernando. Is in the Zoom yet? Is he in Zoom? His research is about readiness for smart learning, reflection on challenge faced by students and academics in higher education institutions.
My name is Rasnayaka Mudiyanse. In fact, Roshan is abroad, so she has entrusted me to present the paper.
I see. So you are Rasnayaka.
That's right. Yeah.
Rasnayaka. I'm sorry, so now because we still couldn't see you on screen, so could you better see it? He's on Zoom now, but how can we get him up? All right. Hi. Hello. Where are you? I'm sorry.
I'm from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
I'm from Readiness.
Hi. Nice to meet you. All right.
Nice.
So do you gonna make the presentations instead of Fernando, right? Okay. Go ahead. Thank you. Sure.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all esteemed members of the ICSLE organizing committee and fellow attendees. We are truly grateful for this wonderful opportunity to share our insights and experiences. In fact, today we will share our experience of smart learning and reflect upon the challenges faced by both students and teachers. Our presentation revolves around the themes of readiness for smart learning, reflections on challenges faced by students, academics in higher education institutions. So I will be giving an introduction, and then our presentation will be based on the reflection about evolution of smart learning, global versus local, and technology for smart learning, and pedagogical competencies, smart assessment and feedback, program evaluation and monitoring. And we would like to examine its role in quality assurance. And we'll give a conclusion, and we will come out with suggestions and recommendations at the end. Smart learning has become an inevitable aspect of modern education. Its role in shaping the education landscape cannot be underestimated. Smart learning improves learning and prepares students for work. Smart learning requires LMS, digital content, and smart devices. Many students and teachers lack the pedagogical skills to integrate technology into teaching. Smart learning provides real-time feedback and monitoring. However, assessment, validity, reliability, and learning outcomes are concerns. However, these challenges need to be resolved only by smart methods. Challenges require comprehensive approach and collaboration with multiple stakeholders to ensure equitable and adequate educational opportunities for all. In this paper, we will critically examine and discuss the challenges students and academics face when integrating smart learning into higher education institutions, providing insights and recommendations for effective implementation. We reflect on personal experiences and observations, did a critical analysis of our observations, and we have compared that with literature and provide insight and lessons on 5 topics: smart learning evolution, smart learning technology, pedagogical competency gaps, assessment and feedback, and program evaluation and monitoring. Evolution of smart learning is a current educational paradigm that leverages ubiquitous learning to personalize and engage learning. Smart learning promotes self-directed learning, student-centered learning, and meta-learning. Singapore, US, Finland, Australia, China, Korea, Japan, and the UAE use smart learning to develop 21st century skills. However, developing countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka are at early stages of adapting. With 1.5 million learners affected, COVID-19 mandated adopting a smart learning. Digital learning was aided by video conferencing and LMS. Despite the expense, infrastructural and stakeholder resistance, Sri Lankan institutions build smart classroom and virtual labs. Our monthly video conferencing activities has peaked during the COVID. It has come down, not the previous level. You see in this slide, during the second and the third wave of COVID pandemic, but it's come down, but it has not come down to the level that was earlier. Similarly, monthly unique users also have gone up during the crisis, during second and third COVID waves, but the trends of declining shown during economic crisis. We know that Sri Lanka is facing an economic crisis at the moment. That we are facing now cannot be attributed to the economic crisis alone. However, Sri Lanka needs multi-stakeholder cooperation to build a sustainable environment that promotes the establishment and integration of smart learning platforms that are evolving and progressing to create learning-centered education, supporting lifelong learning and inclusive and equitable quality education. Such an approach would be conducive to harness the holistic value of smart learning rather than considering it as a mode of learning during a crisis. Technology for smart learning, best and essential. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, adaptive learning, system learning, analytics, multimedia, and interactive contents are leading smart learning technologies. Smart learning requires digital devices, stable internet, and LMS and digital literacy, educator training, cooperation and continual assessment, and technological partnership may maximize resources. In addition to the digital divide, a fixed mindset, lack of pedagogical knowledge, competencies could be considered significant challenges in enabling smart learning. Eliminating fixed mindset requires transformative training programs, prioritizing accessible resources, pedagogical skills, and flexible teaching methods of sophisticated technology. To overcome technological restrictions, the growth mindset encourages ingenuity and inventions. Technological limits need a careful analysis and multidisciplinary collaboration among educational researchers, technology professionals, and practitioners. There are some evidence of our resilience and overcoming hurdles in Colombo. This is what was a center in Colombo, and similar thing has happened in P.R.M.K as well. You can see a training workshop on sustainable poultry sector in Sri Lanka in collaboration with Netherlands stakeholders, and there was another keynote speech on Gen AI, revolutionizing education with trusted ally, delivered on via online platform at Artificial Intelligence Forum for Academics in University of P.R.M.K. We have initiated this Faye in P.R.M.K in collaboration with the Staff Development Center. In fact, you can see Professor Ragel in the background, and he supported in this issue, and I am from the SPC. I'm the director in this SPC. We are working together in this mission. However, the one complaint of missing face-to-face interaction is smart learning has become a part of pedagogy and the tool of pedagogy. It should support the accomplishment of ICT skills, subject-related learning, soft skills, and meta-learning. Adopting educational theories such as cognitivism and constructivism should be promoted through smart learning. In fact, we should make a deliberate attempt to support these educational theories. However, the common complaint of missing face-to-face interactions is a reality due to the gap between the Generation Y and Generation X. Constructivist approach can be promoted in smart learning by asking the correct questions and promoting project-based learning. Facilitators must try to describe effective component vividly in an inadvertently supported setting. Smart learning can promote social learning and community of learners by creating interactive groups. Educationists must face the challenge of preventing students from becoming inactive, technology-dependent passive learners and take the AI as a blessing. Smart learning promotes effective methods of teaching and learning, effective integration, engagement strategies, personalized instructions, assessment innovations, and critical thinking promotion are very essential components of smart learning. Now coming to the smart assessment. Smart adaptation in summative assessment for assessment of learning is a challenge, while formative assessment, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning fit smart learning approaches. Smart learning uses authentic evaluation like e-portfolios. Smart learning allows personalized evaluation in outcome-based education. Public evaluated e-portfolio may help assess complicated skills and attitudes. Smart proctoring, including AI-based advances, may combat cheating and academic dishonesty. Finally, if used properly, AI solutions like Grammarly, Billboard, Turnitin may enhance education and overcome language hurdles. Smart feedback also very important, and feedback should be authentic feedback and provide opportunities for immediate feedback, and the feedback should be prompt and immediate, and the feedback should be an ongoing process, and if there's a trend analysis, it will be very much useful for the learner, and it should be personalized and on-demand feedback. All that can make feedback more effective. I think the feedback capacity in giving feedback would be very useful in the student-centered learning. In fact, we have introduced e-portfolios in the University of Peradeniya, and they have very useful tools for ongoing assessment as well as self-assessment and inducing self-reflection as well. Just a start, and we anticipate creating a learning-centered education environment in Peradeniya. Now we have just started, it's only 5-6 months, and not many have taken up so far, but there will be, we are conducting programs to introduce portfolios. Then finally, smart program evaluation and monitoring. Now this has become an essential thing because in our universities, the University Grant Commission in Sri Lanka that governs Sri Lankan state institutions like many other countries, which faces rigorous quality assurance reviews under World Bank program, including self-evaluation reports, institutional reviews, program reviews, and then there is a UGC Sri Lanka monitors compliance with quality Sri Lankan quality framework. The review process has become a time-consuming and resource-intensive, possibly reducing the quality and causing watermelon matrix effect, in fact. So, how to be smart in monitoring and evaluation? Smart learning may enhance academic quality assurance. Smart tools monitor process development and automate review. Program evaluation and monitoring should be an ongoing integrated process rather than a periodical snapshot approach. In fact, the current practice is that we take periodic snapshots and it gives us a history of what has happened during last year or two rather than what is happening at present. Smart learning may enhance academic quality assurance, offers effective, parallel, collaborative and remote access. The Kirkpatrick pyramid is a simple yet powerful program evaluation model.
Sorry to interrupt, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Yes. We need to focus on strengths and positive outcomes for our success. In conclusion, smart learning has revolutionized the education systems worldwide, particularly with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. This reflection has shown that higher education institutes worldwide are already introducing smart learning to promote meta-learning to create self-directed and lifelong learners. However, to achieve sustainable and progressive learning environment, stakeholders must prioritize accessibility to resources, pedagogical skills, smart assessment methods, and flexible teaching and learning methods. Further, smart learning can enhance academic quality assurance with proper implementation and cooperation. It can create a learning environment that is learning-centered, inclusive, equitable, and responsive to the challenges of 21st century. Suggest few recommendations. We need to adapt available technology to enrich the quality of education. We should not ignore quality and holistic nature of education. Technology is not only a transfer of information. Innovative smart technologies. Developing countries should innovate technologies, probably needs much less investment than any other industry. Be smart in assessment. Educational impact and intrinsic motivation is more important than competition. Be smart in monitoring and program evaluation. Ongoing evaluation with real-time feedback would be more useful than the past history of what has happened. Thank you. Our references, and thank you.
Any questions for the last presentation of these sections? So I would like to share that I agree with your last slide that you say that we need to have a very prompt feedback. This I speak from my experience because the student need to know what the curriculum score would be so they can improve themselves. So everything needs to be smart, right? As you say, it's smart learning, smart assessment, and smart feedback. So I kind of agree with that. So do you have anything to add to that, what I said?
Yeah, I agree with this assessment as well as monitoring. If it is an ongoing process and if you have the on-the-spot feedback, on-the-spot results to reveal, that will be very useful. Now what happens currently is that we evaluate what has happened during the last 2 years or 3 years and then give a report and then you start planning, and that is not the correct thing that should happen in the process of revealing. If you know then and there why you should wait for 2 years to correct them.
Yeah, thank you.
And then the other approach that we can use is we can definitely think of a positive approach, appreciative inquiry, and the SO approach where you look at the strengths rather than looking at the weaknesses. That also can be manipulated to a great extent if you use smart approaches with technology.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So saying hi from Bangkok and hope you have a very good day in Sri Lanka. Thank you so very much. Give me applause. Oh yeah, we have another one online. Sorry. Yes, I think yeah, I saw one online. Canan, right? Yes. So are you ready over there online? Canan, hi. Where are you?
Yes, I'm ready.
Hi. I'm sorry. Where?
From Turkey.
I'm sorry. Where is it again?
Hello, from Turkey.
Turkey as well. Thank you for helping me. Okay, are you ready to have your presentation now?
I'm Kocak Altundağ.
Alright.
I'm from Turkey.
Yes.
And I can speak little English. I can speak German.
And your paper is determinations of the pre-service teachers, opinions, and alternative assessment. Alright.
Yes. I would like to share the video of my presentation.
Okay. So you're gonna play the video, right? Okay, let's go.
Hello, I am Kocak Altundağ. I I am great to be here with you today. Now, let's get started.
The determination of pre-service teachers' opinions on alternative assessment activities in online context-based learning during COVID-19. The fact that many things in everyday life is basically simple events can be transmitted to pre-service teachers in online learning through using alternative assessment activities. In this research, the aim was to teach context-based learning course included in teacher education curriculum with using alternative assessment activities in online learning during COVID-19. The purpose of the courses, pre-service teachers, the importance of context-based learning and alternative assessment. The use of education is to be knowledgeable. The participants of this research were 10 pre-service teachers. The online learning of pre-service teachers was collected through alternative assessment activities prepared according to the context-based learning. Context-based learning course aims to acknowledge students about the importance and objectives of context-based education. In the curriculum of the Faculty of Education, the context-based learning course is carried out for 2 hours a week. This course is an elective course. Within the scope of the course, information about context-based learning is given during the 4 courses. For the next weeks, pre-service teachers design alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching. Pre-service teachers choose topics, prepare for the alternative assessment activities according to context-based teaching method. After the lesson, pre-service teachers evaluate themselves with a self-assessment form. Each pre-service teachers are given 1 week to fill out this form. The data obtained from the self-assessment form were analyzed by content analysis. Content analysis allows individuals to create indicators of worldviews, values, attitudes, prejudices, and views and compare them among communities. The data of the research were collected with written responses. This form is a self-assessment form. Data collection tools used in the study were also worksheets and evaluation reports. The worksheets were prepared by the pre-service teachers during the courses. The alternative assessment activities were reflected in the worksheets by focusing on the context-based teaching. Evaluation reports contain notes taken by pre-service teachers throughout the implementation process. It was observed that pre-service teachers, in their evaluation reports, reflected their views about the applicability of alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching and the contributions of alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching practices. The worksheets were kept by the researcher. The self-assessment form and evaluation reports reflect pre-service teachers' views on themselves and their activities. The self-assessment form included questions about pre-service teachers' expectations, and the alternative assessment activities in online context-based learning implementation process. The self-assessment form was sent to the pre-service teachers as Google Forms, and they were given a week to fill out the form. In the study, alternative assessment activities that can be conducted and are easy to do in online and context-based learning were designed. However, some preliminary studies were also done. Prior to the pre-service teachers' practices, the researcher delivered an 8-hour online training course on the context-based learning and alternative assessment activities for volunteering pre-service teachers working. The special online context-based learning courses. The courses encompass online context-based learning during COVID-19 using alternative assessment activities in teacher education. The purpose of the courses: pre-service teachers, the importance of context-based learning and alternative as assessments. The use of education is to be knowledgeable. The special online context-based learning courses. The course was carried out by researcher in online learning during COVID-19. As a result of the studies carried out in online education, alternative assessment activities that can be done by using everyday materials were prepared. These activities were designed according to context-based learning for courses and the new curriculum principles. The special online context-based learning courses. The university has a distance education program for students. Within program, studies aiming at diploma, certificate, and distance education programs and their dissemination are carried out. The special online context-based learning courses. Program teaches the content of online classes to pre-service teachers according to the course's principles in an applied manner. The special online context-based teaching courses were applied within program. Results. Regarding the opinions, 72% of the pre-service teachers stated that they had positive expectations from alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching practical lesson. It is thought that pre-service teachers' course-related expectations from alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching are mostly to arouse interest. Pre-service teachers stated that they expected context-based teaching to arouse interest in pupils. The expressions for this question are as follows. The students mostly give importance to the subjects about which there may be questions in the university entrance exam. I want to use alternative assessment activities in online context-based teaching to motivate pupils. PT3. I hope that these alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching will attract the attention of the pupils and provide them with the necessary motivation. PT8. The answers given to the question about gains was positive opinions. 84% of the pre-service teachers stated that they were satisfied gains. The following answer included the form of pre-service teacher, who stated that he had learned new alternative assessment methods as a result of the on-context-based teaching. Giving examples from daily life was something I already knew about, but now I can use also alternative assessment methods. PT2. While new developing alternative assessment activities, I started to consolidate what I had learned on context-based teaching. PT1. I think that I have made the activities well, but the parts of evaluating them could have been planned and done better. PT9. It was revealed that pre-service teachers' opinions, 90%, on the applicability of alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching differed from the beginning to the end of the process. Yes, we are now able to do alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching. I can teach in online environment by making alternative assessment activities. PT2. In the research, 88% of the pre-service teachers stated that the alternative assessment activities in online context-based teaching was good. They consider using the alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching method. In the form, pre-service teachers stated that alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching could be applied. We already give examples of daily life in our homeworks. PT1. First of all, I prepared my alternative assessment activities accordingly context-based learning. First of all, I will let students know what I will tell about context-based learning, and then I will explain the alternative assessment activities. Then I plan to give homework. PT2. Discussion and conclusion. It is pleasing to see that everyday life-based approach has come to the fore compared to other approaches and has been attached more importance. Nevertheless, because the studies examining the definitions related to these concepts and approaches or the related research findings, it is seen that they are not known as much as they should be. For this reason, pre-service teachers should be capable of carrying out their university education courses by taking the context-based teaching approach into consideration. First, there should be applications toward the goal of letting the pre-service teachers gain this capability in their online education process. This study aimed to investigate the expectations and gains of the pre-service teachers who designed and used alternative assessment activities in their houses during COVID-19 pandemic and to reveal their views on the applicability of this teaching approach. In this research, pre-service teachers prepared the alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching themselves. The pre-service teachers evaluated the applicability of alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching process. As a result, it was concluded that pre-service teachers believed that alternative assessment activities in online context-based instruction increased pre-service teachers' motivation. According to Pilot and Bolt, comparing the results of traditional education and everyday life-based education is possible only to some extent because it is not possible to compare the learning outcomes and objectives of these two methods. When compared, it is revealed that everyday life-based education programs have a better way of promoting students' interest, motivation, and success. Also, pre-service teachers stated that their competencies in alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching had improved after practicing it. The answers given to the question about gains was positive opinions. Of the pre-service teachers stated that they were satisfied gains. It is thought that pre-service teachers' course-related expectations from alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching are mostly to arouse interest. It was revealed that pre-service teachers' opinions on the applicability of alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching differed from the beginning to the end of the process. Because the lesson becomes more understandable and remarkable for students when the concepts are associated with daily life. The limitedness of studies in alternative assessment activities in online context-based learnings on everyday life science poses a significant problem for teacher education.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Any question here? It's just very interesting in terms of like you have a pre-service teachers. And the result is seen very impressive from what you have. Do you have any other unexpected outcome from that research to share with us? I mean that do you have like unexpected results from that particular research that you don't think that it's gonna, like appear when you're doing the process of the research? The thing that you didn't think that is going to be, the results of the research.
In research, in what each context-based learning work, we have problems context-based learning. This tool includes in teacher education curriculum. It's new. It's using alternative assessment activities in online learning to COVID. And it was related to pre-service teachers' opinions on the alternative assessment activities in context-based teaching different from beginning to the end of the process, because the lessons, the course's lessons, becomes more understandable and for students when the concepts are connected with daily life. In Turkey, it is a great problem for this basic learning.
So they relate more to what they experience each day, right? It's good. Thank you very much. Giving our report to Turkey. Say hi from Bangkok. Thank you very much. Yes. That's what thank you. Hi. This is our last presenter for these sections. Thank you everyone to being with me. And now we have a refreshment and break outside. Okay, and we can, if anyone want to listen to the next section, it will be start on 3 p.m. Thank you. 3:15? Okay, 3:15.